Unit 96, Dancing in the Rain.
Ah, dear Henry, is he really so ill?
Well, he's in the ICU, but he can still live with a bit of luck.
I have to go and see him. I love him, poor Henry.
Do you remember when you were 20? You'd been going out together, hadn't you?
Yes, those days I had been going out with Henry. I was in love with him. He was so clever, so handsome.
Oh, yes, I remember him very well. But he was more in love with you than you with him.
This I don't know, because he'd been undecided between me and Angela. But one day he made a decision, and we started going out together. For him, I was too free. Angela was more formal.
Yes. When I met you, you'd been traveling throughout many countries for months. Not one of us had been out of England. You were different. That's why he was crazy about you.
Yes, but we didn't fit. As you said, I was too crazy, too different.
You were too much for him. What happened with your relationship?
One day, he was very upset. It had been raining very hard for hours. The streets were full of water, but it was summer and very hot.
Oh, I remember. Yes. You mean the day when you went dancing in the rain.
Yes, we'd been waiting with a lot of friends in a pub because of the rain. And when it stopped, we went out into the street. And suddenly it started to rain again. And by then I was fed up with being inside. I was full of energy and started to dance in the rain without my shoes.
I remember. It was a little scandal. All of us were watching from inside the pub.
Yes, and he was ashamed of me in front of his group of friends.
Poor Henry.
Oh, but I was fed up with him. I'd been expecting him to come out without his shoes and dance with me in the street, but he didn't feel free enough to do so.
You needed another type of man.
Yes, I danced for 15 minutes and then went home without saying goodbye to anybody and without picking my shoes out from the pub. My love had disappeared completely. I didn't see him anymore. I wasn't interested in him, and he was ashamed of me.
What an old story. You have had a beautiful life, Joanna. Even your name is so strong. So many men have been in love with you, but you were born too soon.
Oh, that's true. 10 years later, Gene Kelly did the same thing in Singing in the Rain and had a big success.
Dear Joanna, you're still an interesting woman.
And you are still my best friend who'll come with me to see Henry in hospital. Won't you?
Of course I will. Let's go.